Psalm 22, verses 6 and 7. Having petitioned God, now the psalmist is going to turn to his own condition and see how is he feeling, if you will, in this moment. And he's going to look outwards to see how others are approaching him as well. So let's read it together. Ego de eimi, skoleix kai uk anthropos, onedos anthropu kai exudinema lau, pantes oit theoruntes me, exemukterisan me, elalesen in kelesen, ekinesen kephalein. A lot of complicated vocabulary here, but we'll go through it, try to make some sense of it. So the psalmist now turns to himself. He says, but I. So he has appealed to God as the praise of Israel. He's wondered, are you listening to me? He says, look, the patriarchs, they trust in you and you delivered them. And now what about me? So, but I am a me here, a skoleix. Now this is a very odd word in Greek, means worm. I am a worm. See the utter self-abasement in his voice here. I'm not even a man. Unlike the fathers of Israel who were delivered because they trust in you, I feel so low that I'm just a man. I'm just a worm. I'm not even a man. What are you going to do with me, if you will? He doubles down even further. He's the onedos. Now that means a reproach. He's a reproach of other men, if you will. So he's not even a man, he's a worm, he's a reproach of men. And then he's an exudinema, that means a scorn or an object of scorning or mockery of the people. So that's how low the psalmist feels in light of his plight, in light of the bleakness in which he finds himself. Then he turns himself outwards. Okay, how's he being treated? What's the reason why he feels so low? Pontus, everybody. And then we have a substantival participle here. So this is from theoreo. You see that es ending. This is going to be a nominative plural masculine, present active participle, to see, to look upon, to observe. So everyone who is looking upon me, focusing their attention on him, what do? They mukterizo. Now this is a third plural aorist active indicative. You see that son ending. This means to mock. Everyone who sees me mocks me. That's why I feel like a worm. And then what else do they do? Elalesan, that's from laleo, as you probably know. So laleo here. Another third plural aorist. They speak with their lips, so they're flapping their lips. They're running their mouths, if you will. And then what do? They ekineson. This is from kineo, another third plural aorist, active indicative. That means to shake or perhaps to wag, but not like a dog. This is in a bad way. They're shaking their head in a mocking way. This sense of scorn and mockery that they're just pouring out on this psalmist. Now, as we see, this is something that is very subtly engaged in both Matthew and Mark. That's how Jesus is treated when he's on the cross. So we're back in the Passion Week. We've already seen Psalm 22, verse 1 used by Jesus. Here's another way we see it, almost like a script for this suffering of Jesus. Matthew mentions, and those who passed by, that is those who are in effect looking at Jesus, they derided him. That's another translation of mukterizo, wagging their heads. So we see a slightly different verb here. We don't see the theoreo, we see the blasphemeo word, but they are kineoing, kinuntes there, even a slightly different form, their heads. So this wagging or shaking their heads, that is the clear connection between Matthew 27. He doesn't say that he's quoting Psalm 22, but he's already engaging it, as we'll see. So is Mark, Luke to a lesser degree. It's already on the table, if you will, and other bits and pieces as we go will show up as well. And so he's using it as the scriptural coloring, if you will, to help us understand that when people are sort of tisking Jesus, they're deriding him, they're blaspheming him, shaking their heads at him because of his pitiful estate, being hung on the cross, he said, I want you to remember what the psalmist said. I am the reproach of man. I'm less than a man. I'm like a worm. And that's what Jesus is going through on our behalf on the cross. And everyone around him is looking at him, mocking him, even though they don't realize that what he's doing is for those at least who would place faith in him. It is a saving act. Instead, they're responding with this rebuke and scorn, just like the psalmist a full 1,000 years beforehand experienced himself. So good stuff. I mean, sad stuff, but good stuff.